Minnesota's response to labor trafficking and exploitation is growing, with greater awareness of abuses in the workplace, wage theft, and child labor. Human trafficking and exploitation affect people of all ages, genders, nationalities, and abilities in our state.
So as the Advocacy and Outreach Director, I do a lot of policy work and training and research on human trafficking in Minnesota, mostly labor trafficking. So I've talked to people all over the state about what they see in their communities and then try to develop responses that help victims get safety.
There is a very low level of understanding of what labor trafficking is, and yet there are so many in our state who are experiencing it, and they are invisible.
Labor trafficking is when someone is using some kind of coercion or control to get someone else to perform labor work or services, and that person thinks they can't leave or stop. In Minnesota, we see labor trafficking all over the state. There aren't communities in which there's no trafficking. There's not a community in which all the trafficking happens. The kinds of cases we've seen have been in agriculture. So people working on a farm, the farmer can say, you know, I said I was going to pay you this, but now I'm not. And if you complain, I will report you to immigration, or I will kick you out of the housing that I give you. We've had a couple of cases in construction, door-to-door sales, home care, so someone doing nannying or child care or health care or housekeeping gets trapped in a house and then isn't allowed to leave, and so can't tell anyone they're being trafficked. We've had cases in restaurants, carnival workers. We've had ones where it was a performing art troupe that went around to churches and did like ethnic dances, but it turned out that the person doing all the arranging was a trafficker. So it's a very wide range. It's basically any kind of work.
We think, oh, it only happens in big cities. Oh, it only happens to teenagers. It only happens to females. It only happens to undocumented immigrants. And that's just not true.
In labor trafficking, it's a higher proportion who are foreign nationals, who are non-citizens who have come into this country.
I work with the immigrant population of foreign nationals who are trafficked into this country and are either sex trafficked or labor trafficked.
Often they come in with a legal visa, but the way our system works is a lot of times your visa is tied to a person. It's your spouse or family member who's sponsoring you or an employer who's sponsoring you, and if that person stops sponsoring you, you lose your status. And it turns out that's a really powerful tool for traffickers.
So sex trafficking and labor trafficking often overlap each other?
We often think of these things as two different phenomena, sex trafficking and labor trafficking being very different. But when you're being trafficked, and your trafficker controls you, they extract any value that they can. Once someone has that control, they're not thinking, well, I'm a sex trafficker, so I'm only gonna do sexual exploitation. They're thinking, I own this person, and I'm gonna get any value I can out of them.
They are no longer victims. They are survivors who are equipped with skills to advocate for themselves and remain free from traffickers. These individuals become self-sufficient with the support that they receive from our network of agencies, and they learn not to fall into the hands of traffickers ever again.
A lot of people, when they think about trafficking, it's really frustrating to them because it seems like such a hard problem to tackle, and it can be dangerous. It can be dangerous to the person intervening. It can be dangerous to the victim, and so people can think, I don't even know how to approach this. And at the heart of it, it's making sure that you are a safe person for someone to talk to, and that you're building relationships with the people you see around you that are based on trust and respect and treating people with dignity. And that if you're a service provider who's encountering someone, being that source where you are warm and welcoming and trustworthy is the foundation of helping someone exit a trafficking situation.
If you have reason to believe that sex or labor trafficking or exploitation may be occurring, or even if you are not sure it is, contact the 24-hour BCA tip line at 877-996-6222. You may also contact your local law enforcement agency, and they can assist with the situation.